Hello everyone, I am Sakshi Kushwaha and welcome back to yet another video on machine learning tutorials. So as far we have discussed what is machine learning, what is artificial intelligence, what is deep learning and what are the types of machine learning and what are the problems in machine learning which are used in industries like regression, classification, segmentation. These are all the problems in machine learning as we have discussed in the previous videos. So now let's discuss some coding part. Like we use Python language here, as I already told you, we use Python language for implementing machine learning models. So let's discuss what is Python programming language. Okay, so I have opened the notes. So like Python is a high level general purpose and very popular programming language. Python programming language is being used in web development, machine learning applications, along with all the cutting edge technology in software industry. So as here it is mentioned in Python is used in web development, Python is used in machine learning, and it is also used in for implementing data structures and algorithm problems for coding. Okay, so like for implementing web development, there are some modules, there are some libraries. Like for web development we use Django framework, we use Flask framework. These are all framework which are used for implementing web development, web apps. And for machine learning there are many libraries for machine learning like tensorflow, keras. These are all the libraries which are used for machine learning. And yeah, Python is very easy language for the beginners. It is like as English language, and it have a very easy syntax. Like you have already know about C++ and Java, but in Python language there is a very short code for writing the same program. Suppose if you want to write C++ program of print hello world, then you have to write 3 or 4 lines of code. But in Python programming language you have to write only 1 line of code. So let's discuss firstly what are the libraries in Python. Okay, so here are mentioned some open source libraries. So libraries offer the collection of pre-made models and components that developers can use to build their own applications instead of having code from scratch. Okay, so Python library is a collection of related modules and packages. It contains a bundle of code that can be used repeatedly in different programs. So in Python library contains modules, a lot of modules and packages, so that you can directly implement those libraries in your code and directly use that library for any for performing any operations. You don't have to write each and every code from scratch. Okay, so here it is written that we use libraries so that we don't need to write the code again and again in our program. Okay, so Python libraries plays a vital role in the fields of machine learning, data science, data visualization, etc. Okay, so as I have told you that Python library is a collection of related modules and package. So the point arises that what is module? Okay, so here module refer to the file containing Python statements and definitions. A file containing Python code, for example, exem example.py is called a module. Means you have to just define a file, just a simple file, and this and that file you can call a module. And in that file there are some functions like addition, the function for addition, sum function, and the function for subtraction like subtract function. Those all are the functions which are included in your exam.py, and you can just write add dot x comma y. Then those the add function adds x number and y number. So directly you have to write only 1 line. You don't have to write the whole code of addition of two numbers. Okay, so that we are for that we are use module. Okay, so what is package? As here it is mentioned, library is a collection of modules and packages. So what is like I as we have discussed what are modules? It is a only file that containing code, Python code. And what is a package? Package is a collection of modules. Okay, so you can say that libraries are a collection of one or more modules. Okay, one or more modules means it contains the either one file, one Python file, or more than one Python file. Okay, So these are like library is a collection of packages. Let's discuss how library works. Okay, so a library file have a DLL extension. Here DLL stands for dynamic load libraries, and um, here is a link, and you can import library in your program and run it, and it already works for the operation as you have implemented. Okay, so the linker automatically search that library. You have to just write import, means like you have to import any library. sklearn is a library, as we are going to learn in several videos. So yeah, it extracts the functionality of that library and interprets the program. Okay, so that's how method of a library work in our program. So most Python libraries are written in Python C language. Okay, so those are Python libraries as well, but they are written in C language. Okay, C is a very basic language. It is very easy language, and it is the first language in our education system. We want to learn, we want to teach our students. Okay, so it is a very basic language, C language, and by the learning of C language, you can know the proper implementation of data types and all other things. Okay, so the libraries of Python is written in C language. Okay, so let's discuss some common libraries which are used in Python. So there are a lot of libraries, but here are some libraries which are used in machine learning as well. So I have written these libraries like TensorFlow. TensorFlow is a library which we are using our for making our model. Matplotlib is a library which is used for plotting the data. Like if you are going to work on image, for image classification, so for plotting that data, we use Matplotlib. Okay, and if you want to work for any data, either it is a image data, or either it is a text data, it is the pandas library is used, and numpy library is used as in the array. If you want to work with array, then we use numpy library. Okay, so these are some libraries which are used in Python. Let's discuss in detail about the libraries. So our first library is the TensorFlow library, which we are using for importing the models of machine learning and deep learning. So it is a library, it is developed by Google. Okay, so what it is used for? So TensorFlow is used for numerical computations that make machine learning and developing neural networks faster and easier. It is also used for deep learning applications. So as I told you, it is used for deep learning models and machine learning models. Okay, so it was originally developed for large numerical computations without keeping deep learning in mind. It is suitable for both beginners and experts. So for importing this library, you have to just write one line code: import TensorFlow HDF. Okay, so if you want to run that code for TensorFlow, then you have to import this library in your system. Okay, the next one is keras library. It is also a famous library, and TensorFlow and the combination of TensorFlow and keras library is good for our model generation in machine learning and deep learning. So keras is a high level developed learning API developed by Google. So it is also developed by Google for implementing neural networks. So as I told you in the previous videos, in deep learning, we use a concept of neural networks like ANN, CNN, and RNN. So Keras is basically used for those networks. Okay. So it also supports multiple backend neural network computations. So it provides a Python frontend with a high level of abstraction while having the option of multiple backends for computation purpose. Okay, so these are all the libraries, as I told you, Keras and TensorFlow and all the other libraries which I told you here, like which I told you here. These are some common libraries, and just you can, if you want to know more about those libraries in Python, you have to just search in Google, and you got the list of all the libraries. Okay, so till then, take care, bye bye, and give your best.